And I'm recording too.
Okay.
Are you recording?
No, not yet.
You can record. I'll move over here so you can see where we're at. State Capitol again. As you know, last time I was here, they trespassed me because I have evidence that they've lied and they don't want to fix it. I'm going to show you real quick exactly how that evidence looks. It says 36-year school teacher in Omaha Public School, and the moment she plays audio, they shut off her microphone and force her to sit. Then, from the Attorney General, in the beginning of Ms. Adamson's comments, she was asked for her address and responded, "My husband wouldn't appreciate that." She was allowed to continue and spoke approximately 1 minute. Then down here it says that she was not removed from the podium due to the content of her speech, but rather because she did not provide her address. So there's a conflict in their own letter that the decision they made. Then you've got where it says, "We concluded the board did not violate the act by enforcing the address requirement." So again, it's the address that they keep talking about. Now, in the federal lawsuit, the response from their attorneys was, when asked to state her address, she responded, her husband wouldn't appreciate it. Dr. Holman next inquired if she was part of OPS. She affirmed she was, had served as a teacher. At this time, Ms. Adamson was allowed to proceed with her remarks because it had nothing to do with her address. And then these decisions deny me access to the records, which, as we now know, they accidentally sent to my mom, who's also recording here. And she's the subject of this, and so if they don't want to talk to me, they can explain to her why they refuse to change a lie. So, thank you. Yeah, they do, I'm sure. I think we're on the right floor. Where's the security building office?
Through a little archway there.
Right there, right?
On the left.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah, it's right here. That's what I was thinking.
For you.
Is Mike? Yeah.
You want to call the captain?
Thank you.
It'll be in just a few minutes. You bring out for your sandwich, and he's coming right back.
No worries.
You just want to have a seat out there,
Here,
right?
can I show you?
What's that?
So, this was the original complaint from a member of the community,
Right.
not us. Says that the moment she plays the audio, they shut off her microphone and force her to sit, right?
Okay.
The Attorney General says she was asked for her address, said my husband wouldn't appreciate it. She was then allowed to continue, right? Because what they actually stopped her for was the audio. But down here, it says she wasn't stopped for the content, but because she failed to provide her address. Which obviously these two things don't resolve because it says right there she was allowed to continue. So then, they said in their lawsuit the truth because they knew it would come to discovery and that it would come out, which is she was not allowed to proceed at the point where You get what I'm saying? Address, yep, right, simple, clear. So here's the Attorney General saying that we're not going to reinvestigate this because they did not violate the act by enforcing the address requirements. But that's not what they enforced, and the video proves it, so do all these documents. Then, them saying, oh, and by the way, we're calling executive privilege, and we're not going to look into anything because we got it all right. And then, you know, their trespass notice for their office. But this is the funny thing. Why were you stopped from speaking?
Because of the audio.
And is it true that you... Oh, if you have to do that.
No, I don't. Sue.
Have we been asking them to fix this lie?
Well, for several years.
Right?
Okay.
So, and the reason this is important to you guys is because what we're dealing with here is a state authority that includes the ombudsman, the attorney general, the judges, all telling you guys to enforce a violation of our rights. Because what we're asking here, which we've got the evidence of, is the truth to be corrected and the facts to be corrected. And what they're saying is, nope, we're not going to do that. And if you want your rights, the truth put in there, we'll arrest you. Now, I can think of times in history where that was the way that things were done, but I can't think of any that I agreed with.
Well, and I'll tell you this much, and I know the captain has told you this in the past. We don't know your case.
Well, you do now.
Well, I know parts of it. I
You
don't,
know
I
enough
don't
to
know it
see
all.
that-
I don't know what she said that day. I wasn't there.
It wouldn't matter though. They said they stopped her for her address.
And I don't
You
know
get what
that,
I'm saying?
But I wasn't
It's the
there.
but that's okay.
So
I was just showing you
and
because
we're
you
not
have
gonna-
been involved.
Right,
And I
right.
wanted you to realize that they, not I, were the crazy ones, which I know you already kind of know.
I never said that.
You don't have to.
No, I commend you because you took it to the Supreme Court and fought it yourself and won. And that,
I did.
I mean, you told me that, so that's why I'm going off of there.
Mhm.
I don't know that because I didn't research.
Because, and you know what's crazy about that? Same exact situation. A bank lied. They changed a document on our mortgage. Lied. They changed it, right? Like we have the document. It's like they crossed it out, changed it. We didn't initial it. The Department of Banking and Finance, the Federal Reserve of Kansas City, the Ombudsman, Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, 2 judges, all said that they didn't do anything wrong. I'm sorry, but this is not hard. They changed something without my authorization on a mortgage. That's why I took it for 5 years and finally won in the Supreme Court, because there it was all televised.
So, like we've told you in the past, though,
Oh, well,
we're not picking sides.
you don't.
We're
Well, you
here-
should. The Constitution, but
We're here. to
that's
keep
the oath you guys swore.
Our job is to keep the peace.
I
We're
think.
not here to say you're right, they're right, you're wrong, they're wrong. We're here to keep the peace. And at this point, they're saying there's nothing more that they can do for you.
Sure, so they can arrest me, and you guys will be forced to participate in what you now know is their power saying, we don't want to address the truth, arrest him. That's unconstitutional, and you have the right and requirement
And
to
you do.
use your own judgment.
So, you're right. As far as it's your constitutional right to do and say what you want.
Well, the
but
truth-
At this point, a federal, or not a federal, a state agency saying they can't help you anymore.
They aren't, but you have to keep something in mind, and I know
And
you're not the
all's
one I have to
going on with what
convince,
you
but
say, what they say.
we're
so
not.
we're
These
here-
are their documents.
But we're here to keep the peace.
So-
I'm not a lawyer. We're not lawyers.
Right.
So,
What I'm telling you, and have proven, and my mom's here, and she was subject, as well as I, is that they lied. We have the evidence, and because they don't want to address it, they're saying they can't help us anymore. That's it. So everybody gets to choose what side of history they're on.
right.
If to you that's enough to say, I don't have a side, I get it. But what I'm saying is they're going to have to arrest me to tell me that we're not going to address this, because guess what? If I don't force their hand, what are they going to do? forever not the right thing. If I force their hand, I'll get a trial. All the evidence will have to be brought out. And then it'll be clear that I'm sitting next to, hey, what are you in for? Oh, murder. What are you in for? Oh, dude, I just robbed a bank and shot at cops. What are you in for? Dude, I tried to make the Attorney General fix a lie that they published, and I have the evidence, and so that's why I'm here. They'd be like, silence, right? I mean, the irony, like the ridiculousness of it.
Right.
And that's all I'm saying. We brought the evidence because people can make their own choice. My choice historically has not ever been to succumb to the pressures of, I mean, I've had a lot of jobs, if I'm being fair.
Right.
So here, I want to show you what my mom, this is Mike.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I've told her very nice things.
Okay,
Original complaint.
okay,
The moment she played this audio, they shut off her mic. Okay?
okay,
Their decision says she was asked for her address, said he wouldn't appreciate that. She was allowed to continue and spoke for approximately 1 minute. Same document, it says she was not prevented, or she was not removed from the podium due to her speech, but rather because she did not provide her address. Now, I want you guys also to remember why this is so important. What we're talking about here is dissent. Free speech. We were correct all along. They hid it 3 years ago. They hid it here. Then, when I filed the lawsuit, they didn't say the same thing because they know that the judge, because they know that she wasn't silenced because of her address. The distinction is very important. The address was a requirement. They waived it by their own admission, right? The silencing of the speech was the problem. That's the dissent. That's the, hey, I don't like what you say, but I'm going to defend your right to say it as long as it's not violent. Nothing we've ever said was violent. We're correct about everything. This entire situation proves it, but this is the best part. This year, when I found this thing and they looked into it, so it was a previous AG's office, not this one, instead of saying, you know what, they made a mistake, they said, we conducted, the investigation we conducted says that the board did not violate the act by enforcing the address requirement. Now, again, why do they say that? Because that's an actual requirement, whereas the audio was not. And so by silencing her audio, they've actually violated our rights to free speech and chilled mine because I didn't play my audio because I knew if I did, I wouldn't get to speak, right? Thank you. So then when I said, hold on, they said, now, according to all these revisions, this stuff's all private. We're not showing you anything. But then accidentally sent her that original complaint, as well as the response from Kramer that said that she was stopped for her address. So at the end of the day, what we have here is a choice where my choice is this. I can forget that people went and died to give us the right to speak the truth, or even a lie if we felt like it, but we have the right to speak. What I have proven is that they chose to stop that right from multiple people. They've chosen to lie. They hid that lie. Then when I found the lie, they've chosen to lie again and then chosen to say, but because we're powerful and in charge in the almighty state, if you come back for being with, again, with evidence, this time I brought it in a way that nobody could confuse, then we're going to arrest you. Well, my sentiment on that is we have choices. Their trespass is the AG's office, so we could all walk up there together, and my mom can walk in there and bring these to them and say, I would like to know how this is going to be resolved. Then we can see how they treat a 36-year-old retired school teacher on a pension from the school that was the subject of their lie, and see if it's just me because I'm crazy, or see if it's because they're actually lying and don't want to hide it. We could Or they could say, no, just arrest him. and then you,
Justin, you're responsible for your own actions.
and you're responsible for yours, and
Okay,
you know
very
that I
good.
have done nothing
so every
violent.
time we have a conversation, please let me talk for like 2 seconds, okay? Because you like to talk over people
I
constantly.
talk a lot. I apologize.
The AG's office responded to you. They are not gonna open your case again, end of story. I can't give you legal advice. You can bring in all the evidence in the world, they're not gonna reopen it. Plain and simple.
But they could open my concerns.
Please do, contact the AG's
That you're
office
allowed to file in
by
person.
email or a phone call. File with them, they gave him the options on how to do that. Please go right ahead and please do that. I would recommend that 100%.
You're allowed to file in person according to
Okay,
the website. So she'd like to
I'm
take
telling
these.
you by either phone or by email, and he has both of those, contact them and set it up for you.
But
Please.
I don't use my phone, and I'm not as
This is my phone.
technologically
Okay, that's fine.
savvy.
I'm sure Justin would let you use your phone, so.
I'm
So
not-
you're saying
I'm-
she can't go now.
I'm just saying, they gave you the option.
And I won't walk in the office in as long as one of you is with me, so they recognize I followed the rules,
They
which I
already told-
have.
They already told you, Justin.
That's me.
They sent you the email.
That's not her.
Okay?
So
Well,
what you're saying is the state can lie, you can know they're lying, and you're gonna enforce that. You have an obligation to the Constitution when you got this job. I didn't ask for legal advice.
You're
I'm
putting out
saying,
your case like, here you go. I can't give you legal advice.
I don't need
I'm
it.
just a cop. I'm just a cop.
that's
I
what
can't
the
give you
Nazis
legal
said, man. Hitler told me to kill these people. I'm just a cop. I was just following orders. What I'm saying is,
Justin, I'm
would
not
you
Hitler.
feel comfortable
I'm not
trying?
Hitler, so. I
But
know
if
Hitler.
you arrest me because they're lying and they say, because we're lying, we're not going to allow. Imagine if I lied in an investigation to the Attorney General. They would file charges against me and I would get criminal punishments. They can lie, they can hide it, then they can say, well, we know we lied, we don't care. We're going to arrest you if you want the truth. Is that what you believe you signed up for when you took this job?
Like I said, this is your case. I have nothing to do with it.
So you don't understand what I'm saying.
Huh?
All of a sudden now you don't understand what I'm saying.
I'm just saying this is your case.
But
I
it's
can't
your
give you legal
job.
advice
I'm not
on how to
asking
do
for
that.
legal
If
advice.
she
I'm
wants to-
asking for assistance.
Can I talk again? If she wants to file a complaint, you have their email, they have their phone number.
That's not the
That
way-
is the route that we're gonna recommend. They are not gonna reopen your case, Justin. They made that, they even emailed.
Look at
you.
how strongly you're defending their position to keep a
I'm just
lie
telling you
hidden.
how it is.
No, yes you are. You're saying they're not going to do it either, Justin. You've hit a wall.
I
Because I
can't
will
reopen your
arrest
case,
you.
Justin, I'm not the Attorney General.
You don't have to be, but what you can do is be an American and stand up for what's right. You know what's right.
I'm not going to escort you up there. Plain and simple.
Simple.
That's true.
I'll escort her because this says their office, not the Capitol. So I'll stand outside the door.
Okay, if that's what you want, you're responsible for your own actions.
If you're telling me that I'm not allowed to go outside their door while she takes that in and you'll arrest me, say so now.
You are responsible for your own actions.
That's
Plain
the,
and simple.
so,
You're an
so
adult.
you won't answer that. I can't even ask you and you won't even tell me. It's like I'm talking to the
You are an
AG.
adult and responsible for your own.
If I go up there and stand outside their office with my mother, yes or no, will you arrest me?
Stand with your mother?
Stand outside the door while she
You were
goes
given a
in.
letter that basically
It says
hey,
AG's
you'll be
office. I have the letter with me.
Okay, very good. Well, you have a copy of the letter, so you know what it says.
AG's office.
You also have a copy of me know what it says, so.
Here's what it says.
Justin, I already know what it says.
So
I'm the one that
will-
gave you the letter.
And I'm asking you, yes or no, will you arrest me if I stand outside their
I am
office?
telling you right now, you're responsible for your own actions.
And I'm asking you a yes or no question.
You are responsible.
So you
for
won't
your own
answer
actions.
either.
Huh? No, I'm telling you.
You
It's
won't
not-
answer. It's
your
a yes
stage
or
of
no
the game,
question.
Your stage of the game, you are not helping your cause 100%.
You're-
I am telling you, everybody.
I'm not helping my cause. What's my cause? The truth? Holy hell. Holding the government accountable. And you're telling me I'm not helping my cause by asking you direct questions of whether or not, if this, then that. You were responsible for your, okay, which is it? Yes or no? Are we going to follow this or are we going to change the rules again? This says their office. If I'm outside their office and you come arrest me, it's because you changed the rules just like they do, which is, well, now this, now this, now this. We'll just keep escalating.
You're the one that called in with your intention to come.
They
You're going to
lied.
Get arrested.
They
That's
lied.
what you told my dispatcher last night. Your intent was to get arrested.
No, my intent
I
was
am
to
telling
call
you
their
before
bluff.
You talk over me again. Before you talk over me again. And you always say, hey, I'm the nice guy when I get
And I am.
Every time you're yelling and all this other stuff, you're doing that.
That's
right now.
false.
You are an adult. You're responsible for your own actions. And this is the end of this conversation. I cannot give you legal advice.
What
or
legal
anything else like
advice?
that. You're showing me all these legal documents.
No.
I am not.
These aren't legal documents. These are emails from them and letters.
Right.
They're not legal documents. Any normal person could look at
You're a smart
them.
enough guy to bring it up to the proper channel.
I have. It's called the Attorney General and the Ombudsman, and guess what they keep doing? This.
Okay.
And now you're
That's what
defending
your
them.
email.
Now you're defending them.
Okay, well, that's what you think.
It's not what I think, it's what you're doing.
Okay, you're responsible for your own actions. Plain and simple, this conversation is over. What you do from right now is on you. Plain and simple. Okay?
So how do I get up there without assistance? Because
You
I'm
can take the
just,
elevator right up to the second floor.
okay.
AG's office, he knows where it's at, so.
So he can help me because I am,
Justin knows when he can't.
Disabled.
No, Justin doesn't, because Justin's following the letter, but nothing is ever followed according to the
My
law.
recommendation to you is either call the number or make, use this phone, call the number, or send an email to him. That way he doesn't get in trouble for it.
What would I get in trouble for?
You're responsible for your own actions.
That doesn't answer the
but
question.
that would be my actions
yeah.
and not his
If he goes up
actions.
with you, he goes into the office, there's a
But-
letter that says he's
but-
not supposed to be there.
No, he's not going into the office. That's exactly what I heard.
Okay, I'm telling you, the easiest way to keep this done is do it by email or phone call.
But
If you go up there with him, there's gonna be a chance that, guess what, he's gonna be in violation of the letter that they sent. He's responsible.
Let's go
for
find
his
out.
actions. Okay.
mine has stopped, but I just stopped it.
Mine stopped. I must have accidentally hit it, but
I didn't start it until the last I came on.
well, I previously said nice things, but clearly he's more interested in protecting bad behavior.
Hi, no problem. It's a weird elevator.
We must be on 1. Let's go. Oh, let's go to 2. I mean, even the fact that it's like, okay, well, if I'm outside their office, you guys can be there. Like, anything to make this situation simple. Well, you're responsible. Well, yeah, I am, but who knows what? Let's think here. So, wait, come over here and I'll know. I think it's this way. I feel pretty confident it's over here. When's the last time you were here?
Never.
You've never been in here?
I've
Well-
been in Morrow Hall.
Didn't Steve paint that?
I can't see up that far. But maybe he did.
I'm pretty sure he did.
I've seen what Steve painted, but I thought it was lower too. Or maybe I was higher up.
Maybe it was in Omaha.
No, it's down here. Maybe I have been in here, because I remember seeing faces of Dr. Clark, his mother, Mary Ann Roberts,
I'm gonna take a
Mary
quick
Ellen
drink.
Roberts, and other people from the church that he incorporated into his mural.
Let me figure out real quick. Just stay right here, cause. Okay, it's this way. It's this way for sure. I remember because one time when I was coming here, and as always, it's just like a hall, and a hall, and a hall, and a hall, and a maze of a square. And I asked, and the lady said it's down the hall that says Supreme Court. So, if you don't mind, all you really need to do is go in there and ask them if they would kindly put that well,
It's a mistake.
it's not a mistake.
I know, it's a but I'll just say mistake.
Fair enough. Oh, no, they are. I mean, maybe not all of them.
Good morning.
Hi. Oh, look, they got the door closed. Oh, look at this. They've got the door closed.
Yeah.
And they've put up a sign. You can knock. You're allowed. You're a citizen, and I'm not going in.
What can I help you with?
Oh, it's got a badge. Hey.
Excuse me? With about what, may I ask?
An error that was made in the,
A decision, their
that I
opinion.
got from the Office of the Attorney General.
Okay, may I see your document, please?
So,
My name is Doug, by the way.
hi Doug, I'm Justin.
Oh, excuse me.
So, if you look here, it says right here, this is a complaint from somebody else in the community. It says, the moment she plays the audio, they shut her microphone and force her to sit, right?
Okay.
Then it says here, she was asked for her address. My husband would appreciate that. She was allowed to continue.
And this is what
That's
you
me.
were, okay?
And then down here it says,
That's the
and I
email
accidentally,
received.
it says Ms. Adamson was removed from the meeting not because of the content of her speech, but because she did not provide her address.
Okay.
Okay? This one here, when I request, because they hid this for 2 years, we just found it. When I requested how they came to that conclusion, they didn't tell us, but they said that they concluded that no issue or they hadn't made a mistake enforcing the address requirements, right?
Sure.
But that's not what happened. The address wasn't, she was allowed to speak after the address, right? And which is evident when you look at the lawsuit that I filed that says,
Oh, so you did file a
I
suit.
did, but she didn't. When asked to state her address, and she says would not appreciate it, she affirmed she was part. At that time, she was allowed to proceed with her remarks. The address wasn't the reason for the stopping, the audio was, right? Then what you have here is them saying, when I proved it to them, that like, wait, no, you can't. They say, well, we're going to claim executive privilege, and as such, we're not going to tell you anything. And then when I again brought evidence, they trespassed me.
What do you mean by trespass?
Exactly.
They were,
That's the best response.
well,
That is sincere. Oh, sorry.
One at a time.
I didn't go in by myself unescorted.
Because if I go in there, I get arrested.
Oh, I see. I see.
Because they're hiding this lie so
May I read
hard.
this?
Please. They're trying so hard to hide this lie that they're willing to arrest a citizen for telling the truth and asking for it to be corrected. I mean, this is what we're dealing with. And everybody says, oh, you know, I'm just doing my job. No, nobody's job is to allow the Attorney General to lie.
So they've asked that any sort of communication be put in writing?
Sure, but they don't respond. And that's from me, not her.
Oh, okay.
Two different people.
Okay. Have you responded in writing?
Of course.
Yes.
And it wasn't until after a 6-week wait and no response that I came back down here and they gave me that. But they never responded in email, except for last night when they knew I was coming down.
You filed suit with whom?
What do you mean? The Omaha Public Schools. It's not even the Attorney General.
Okay, so you sued Omaha Public Schools?
We're in a lawsuit, yes.
Okay, so it's still pending? Okay. I have a suggestion,
Okay?
okay? I've been in law enforcement for
Sure.
many years, and I've dealt with situations in the past. I would allow that lawsuit to play out
The lawsuit was already dismissed. It's on appeal, and the reason it was dismissed is because the judge ignored that I have kids. He ignored a phone call that was recorded that said every single thing that I claimed. He said that, no, that's not the way this works. They've published a lie. You've been in law enforcement a long time. Tell me once in your life where an attorney general has published a lie that was then found to be a lie. Now, they can claim it was a mistake, but their wording itself says otherwise. So they've published something false. We know it's false because it says it's false. It's not true. All we've been asking this whole time is for them to correct that. Tell me what the problem with them correcting something that they knew was false is.
Let me interject if you wouldn't mind. You said that you appealed the decision?
It's in appeal currently, yes.
Do you have a legal counsel?
No, I won in the Supreme Court without an attorney.
Okay. May I make a suggestion?
Sure?
I would sure contact like an attorney
No.
or legal counsel.
They're all buddies. You know that and I know that. And it doesn't matter. I talked to 7 attorneys about this case before I had to decide to do it myself. They don't want it.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to be fair here.
Are you? What would be fair? The corrected error or telling me that I should find other bureaucratic ways of trying to address something these people could literally fix with their own typewriter?
Well, not really,
How?
because they're not involved with Omaha Public Schools.
They're the ones that made that. This is their paper.
According to the open meetings.
No,
Hold on, but that says address. She wasn't stopped for giving her address.
yeah, the information that I received from here said that I was halted because of not giving my address. Now, my husband has Lewy body dementia. I don't know if you know what that is.
I do, yes.
But it's Lewy bodies, which is kind of like Lou Gehrig's disease, as well as Parkinson's.
It's a very sad disease.
Combined with dementia. So, delusions and hallucinations and things that are out of daily routine and out of order, so to speak, could set off a poor day for me as well, because dealing with someone who has that, it's a 24/7 caregiving position that I've been put into, which I don't mind. However, not giving my address was to prevent that.
Okay.
So they let me continue, even though it says that they had to remove me because I didn't give my address. They let me continue. On one paper it says, they didn't let me continue on one paper it says. So they're kind of contradicting themselves. And after I spoke, a young lady came and gave her opinion, refused to give her address, and it's all on tape too. But she was allowed to speak completely. So I don't understand why the lies when I wasn't allowed to speak because I didn't get my address, apparently, or I wasn't allowed to speak because they didn't like what I was going to say. So they've given me 2 different reasons why I wasn't allowed to speak. One,
The true one and the untrue one, effectively.
Okay.
and so I wanted to get that redacted from this office because it's not true.
What, okay,
I
the
mean,
school
one
board,
of them is not.
correct me if I'm wrong, but the school board, Omaha Public School Board, told you that you needed to give your didn't get it, is that correct?
For my husband's benefit and my benefit.
Okay, okay.
Because if someone would, I didn't know what they might do, if
Mm-hmm.
they would come to my house, if they would come in the door, if they would demand to come in the door.
But beyond that, they let you speak after that, knowing that you would
Right.
not give your address.
Okay.
They then said, okay, you may proceed,
Okay.
Exactly.
which is opposite of what they've put in writing. And it's affecting us. It's a document from the Attorney General that says false information.
That has false information.
And
I
they
just want it
they
resolved.
want me gone because that right there wasn't even this admin. They're covering it up. Why?
I wouldn't say that they're covering it up, I really.
What would you call it when they refuse to just fix it? Why wouldn't they just fix it if they're not covering it up?
Why should they fix it?
Because it's false. I mean,
Because
am
either
I?
one
This is what I don't get.
or the other is they can't both be true.
Why should they fix it if it's false?
It seems to me like your issue is with OPS.
No, because OPS isn't the one who made the decision at the Attorney General's office.
The decision was made based on the law of the open meeting.
No, because she wasn't prevented from from not giving her address.
Okay.
That's what they said. Of course, there's no answer other than
Give me a minute to read
thank,
this.
thank you, sir. Please take your time.
Thank you.
Is there a drinking fountain close by?
I really don't know.
That's fine.
I'm sorry, I don't know. There is a restroom right around the corner. I don't know if it has.
Do you mind?
No,
Oh,
go
I'll grab it.
for it.
But you're okay. You don't need medical attention.
No. Oh, well, yeah. I
Just
do.
asking because she said no.
But
Well, I mean,
I'm in the process.
nobody's offered her a seat, and they've kept us in the hall. Well, her. Obviously, they want me in the hall because they know they're lying and they refuse to address it. And the beauty is, at this point, they're not disputing that it's false. They're just saying, we refuse to fix it.
And that's not-
And they knew it was false up front because they looked at the video. And if you watch the video, you can clearly see she was allowed to proceed after refusing her address. The alternative would be to tell a judge that a 70-year-old retiree of 36 years for the district wasn't allowed to protect her security interests.
You taught for 36 years?
You know,
Wow.
yes, and at Metropolitan
Thank
Community
you.
College.
Thank you. That's a lot of kids. Do you have any idea how many students you had?
No, but, that's part of what is so irritating to me, is that after I retired, it was like I didn't exist. Like my years of service, they can take those, toss them away and lie about me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And that's why I want
I
this
have a lot of
redacted.
respect for educators. It is-
So do I, especially nowadays.
Do you know what a school resource officer is?
Yep.
Yeah.
In my hometown, I was a school resource before I started up here.
When they filed a restraining order against me for sending an email of the school district to 12 board members saying, if they don't get this information, I'm gonna try to get them terminated in leprosy so that they cannot work in this business again. And one of them filed a restraining order. They refused to let the head SRO at OPS testify at trial because he had had a conversation.
I can't comment.
But you
on that.
understand the value of that
But-
perspective? All I'm saying is they're hiding something. Well, they're not hiding it. It's out, but they're lying. All we're simply trying to do is get it corrected, and what they do instead is force you guys to do what the brown shirts did, which is we're told not to let anybody speak against the Fuhrer, and if you do, we're gonna throw you in jail because we're just following orders. I mean, this is literally the way it worked in the Third Reich.
Okay, according to the opinion,
Mhm.
there's, it's very clear.
It's,
It's super clear.
I don't know what to suggest, sir.
But look, this isn't the opinion, this is their letter to me. Their opinion is right here that says she was allowed to continue. Why would she, it doesn't say she forced herself on them or continued despite their warnings. It says she was allowed, because she was. So how here can it say that she wasn't removed due to the content, but rather because she didn't provide her address? Those two things on the same opinion, they cannot resolve. They can't.
There's nothing I can do about
But you
it.
can see with your own eyes, and you can agree that those two things say completely different things. One says
I
she,
don't think they do, though.
what does the first one say?
It says, Miss Adamson, which is you, right? Comments, she was asked for her address and responded. My husband would not have, or wouldn't appreciate that. Miss Adamson was allowed to continue and spoke for approximately 1 minute.
So, did she tell them she wasn't gonna give her address
They asked. and
for
she-
it, and she declined, and then what?
then I got.
Then they allowed her to speak.
Well,
She
I don't
says
know.
it says allowed, that's the word it uses. She was then allowed to continue. Where is it at? Right there.
Right there, yeah.
So, can we agree that she was then allowed to speak
That's
without?
what is this page?
That's the page from the Attorney General opinion.
Okay,
That's their letter
okay.
from Nairo. This is a couple years ago. So then it says she was prevented because of her address. Can we agree, at least from words, English, those two things cannot possibly both be
They
true?
contradict each other.
Not really.
Was she allowed to speak after saying she wouldn't give her address?
That's what it says here.
And why does it say
However,
she was stopped?
Doesn't the board have the right to stop?
Mid conversation?
Yeah.
No, that's
they
called
were
silencing free speech. That's called not wanting a viewpoint. That's why they didn't put that in there. Do you get what I'm saying?
Your name is again?
I'm Justin.
Justin? Doug. Doug. Riggle?
Riddle, R-I-D-D-L-E.
Are you related to any Riddles from the Endicott, Nebraska area?
No,
I don't think so.
no.
That's where I come from originally, and there's a lot of Riddles down there.
I feel like it's important that we establish one thing, because if you won't say it, you realize why they want you here. It says very clearly, she
Well-
refused to give her address and was allowed to continue, correct?
The reason I'm here is it was requested that any continued communication be in writing.
Why would they do that
If it's
you're missing the
me,
point?
what about
Of
if
course
it's
they want it in
me?
writing, because when I come down here and show them, they can't hide from it if it's an email. We agree,
Okay.
she was allowed to continue
Arguing-
after declining the
Arguing
address.
isn't gonna give
No,
you
I'm
any-
just, okay, I'm not arguing, I'm trying to gain an agreement on anything
Would you
basic.
please listen to my suggestions?
Sure.
I would really suggest that you contact legal counsel,
No,
because that's who can help you.
I'm already in the 8th Circuit of Appeals. That means that I filed a suit, a judge lied and dismissed it, and then I filed an appeal in the 8th Circuit. There is no attorney on earth that's gonna step in, nor do I need one.
Have you tried one?
I said to, I contacted 7 before I filed myself. 7, and they all said, nope,
Why,
no,
why would they not do it?
because of this. The Attorney General, they knew it was a lie because I showed it to them right off the bat, and they're like, I'm not
Why-
touching it.
This is yours, correct?
Yeah,
Okay, that back.
Wait, but here's the thing, at the end of the day, you can read and you know words. You know what allowed means, and you know what address is. They allowed her to speak after declining her address. That means, go ahead and speak. They silenced her because of the message. They did not put that there because that's illegal. So they deferred. It's called free speech. You can't just filter out speech you don't like as a public board. Not if it's.
I'm not an attorney, but I'm guessing that.
Why didn't they put that? So it's irrelevant. They didn't put that because it's not legal. That's why they used the address thing. But the address thing was a lie, which we've proven. All we want them to do is fix it.
The bottom line here is, you cannot be helped today, and there's nothing that we can do. Okay?
So when could I come down and file?
Yeah,
a complaint?
have somebody set an appointment with her. She doesn't have to call. She's here. Somebody can set an appointment. Are we to believe that nobody's here?
I tell you what, I will check into this, but
Well, wait.
no, that's not the thing.
So you want to pass the buck down the road too, so that you don't ultimately have to say, sir, I'm willing as an American and a cop and an educator, respecter of many years, and a person that knows the Constitution and the oath I swore, to look at something that says something that I can read and see is false, but tell you that, yeah, I'm going to just take the side of the power. You're taking the side of the power. They have the power, I don't. If I did, I'd come in here and go, since I have the power, you must fix the lie. And they go, okay, you're in control, we'll fix the lie. Since they have the power, they're saying,
Sir,
we're not going to fix it.
Sir, listen to me, please. I'm taking the side of state statute.
What side? What statute?
You asked, you said I was taking the side of whatever.
You're taking the side of the state power, not the statute. The statute they quoted is based on a lie. So what statute?
I tell you what, this is a moot point, and I'm gonna have to ask you to depart, please.
Both of us.
Yes, please.
Okay?
Why me?
Thank you.
Why me?
Because this is going nowhere.
Why is it going nowhere? Because everybody's a liar?
I'm giving you suggestions on how to handle it.
No, you're giving me suggestions that won't work because I've already tried them. The only thing that will work is
Okay.
these folks
I'm done.
fixing their lie.
I'm done.
Here, Mom, let's
Please,
go.
please.
I told you how corrupt these people were.
I can't.
Would you like help?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
Do you want me to call medical?
No, but I would like, to file a complaint.
Well,
They won't let you, even though it's written on the website you're allowed. Not for us. We have been
I really-
discriminated against.
I don't want to.
Individually.
again, we're not going to go anywhere with this conversation.
It requires courage. Let's go. Nobody here has any courage,
Thank you for
Mom.
your years of service as being an
That's a
educator.
hollow statement.
So, when could I make an appointment to come back down?
They won't answer and they don't answer emails. They don't answer the phone, they don't answer
I
emails.
think there's been communication that says that basically.
Go catch rain in a strainer?
No, I'm
That's
not,
what
I'm
it
not
says.
talking about him.
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
We're done, okay? I'm gonna ask you to leave.
I have 100 times of these people here going, we're done. That's the ultimate. I have no explanation, but I have the power.
Mr. Riddle, please. Thank you, I appreciate it.
No, you don't. That's fine.
Honey, I just wanna know when
Yeah.
okay, so, since it's a Friday, no one's in here, they're taking the day off.
Yeah, I don't know where everyone is. I really don't.
So, Monday would be better?
I have no idea.
Because I'm not really, one of the reasons that I retired is I'm not technologically savvy enough to do a complaint online. And if they're not going to take an appointment, which it says they will, and you can come down, what other options do I have?
You could write a letter of request.
If that is not what he said, I said I could do it in person.
I didn't see that anymore.
It's on the
It's
website.
on the website.
Says it. It's a law. You're allowed as a citizen to ask for redress from your.
That's all I want. I want this mistake fixed. That's it.
Okay?
And I want to quit looking like the bad guy for being the only honest person with courage in the
I
room.
mean,
Okay, we're done. That attitude, we're done, okay? I've asked you very nice, I've been very polite. I've tried to accommodate you, I've given you suggestions.
No.
And you don't want to listen. So please depart, please.
okay, so like on Monday,
No,
if I would come down, you
No.
would be here and you would be able
No.
to escort me?
I've given you ways to do this. I suggest you take my advice, please. I'm trying to be very polite.
Well, politeness isn't going to make you look any better on YouTube when they know that you enforce things based on power and not the truth or the Constitution or any of the other things that you
Okay.
supposedly. There's no point. Everybody here is a coward, and they don't like hearing it, but they do have their door closed and have cops again standing outside. That's how they do it. I told you. Are you shocked?
I kind of am, because I thought for sure that different perspective and asking in different words.
They're too deep. They dug too far down. The implications of them telling the truth now expose the rot of their behavior.
I stopped that video, by the way, as soon as we started walking.
That's okay.